Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. This is AleSmith Brewing Wee Heavy. They are now available in Virginia. Virginia's starting to get on board and get some of these other beers, like yesterday's beer, the Great Lakes beers, and the AleSmith beers from California are available in Virginia now. I don't know if we're getting everything from these guys, but we're getting some of the stuff, so that's a good thing. Up until now, I've had some of the subscribers out in California, Parrish and Leandro, and some of the other guys send me some of these beers, and they've all been excellent beers, guys. I haven't had a bad beer from these guys at AleSmith. They really know how to make good beers. And this is a big bottle. This is the 750 milliliter, and it's got the foil on it, but it's got a cap on it, and you can see I can spin the foil around. So right off the bat, that tells me, you know, it's not like the AB beers, and I'm a big fan of the AB beers too, but their foil is glued on super tight with super glue. I mean, it comes off in little bitty pieces. I like it when the foil is this off, done. Don't have to worry about, you know, picking off little bitty pieces and worrying about it getting down in your beer glass when you pour it and all that stuff. I like, you know, if they want to do this kind of foil, I don't have a problem with it at all. I just hate it when I just have to cut and pick and do all kind of things to keep that little bitty pieces of foil from getting down in the glass. So this is a Wee Heavy, which is a Scotch ale, and this comes in at 10%. The IBUs it says here on Rate Beer is 26 on this, and this has a bottled on date. They date everything bottled on date, not an enjoy by date. Thumbs up to those guys for that. Let me decide when I should enjoy it by. You put the bottle date on it and leave the rest up to me. That's the way I feel about it. It's just my opinion. It says here this particular one was bottled on February the 11th of 2014. So we're into the end of September when I'm reviewing this. You won't see it till October. So it's well over a year and a half in this bottle. So which is going to add, probably let everything come together, get a little more complex over time. This beer will age very well for a long, long time. 5, 10, 15 years even. Probably even longer, being a 10% Wee Heavy Scotch ale. So it's not a hop forward beer, or not aware of anything in this beer that's going to keep you from not cellaring it. So if you wanted to pick one of these up, or a couple of them up, and do one now, one 5 years, one 10 years, or just pick one up and put it away for a special occasion, this beer is going to keep for a long time. It'll still be just as good, if not tastier, after it's got a little age on it, than it would be fresh. Unlike an IPA or something that's very hop forward, or something that maybe had some coffee added to it, it's going to fade over time, or something like that, guys. So this style of beer will keep for a long time. That's where I'm going with that. So commercial description of this beer says this Scottish-inspired deep mahogany-colored ale showcases a rich, malty flavor profile of caramel and toffee, offset by hints of roast and subtle smoke. The complex malty sweetness includes notes of dark fruit, balanced by subdued hop bitterness. Subdued. Wee Heavy is an incredibly nuanced and in a class of its own in terms of balance and sophistication. It ages very well and will keep improving for years to come, just like I said. Alright, food pairings for this style of beer, guys. It says here, if I can get the tablet to wake up, wake up, wake up. Cheese is a buttered brie Gouda Havarti Swiss, and the meat is smoked meat and salmon. Glassware's pint, Becker, Nonic, tumbler, snifter, or tulip. I got my favorite glass again today, guys. This beer can be sold for a long, long time. However long you want to keep it, as long as you sell it correctly. Don't put it in a 90-degree closet or out in the sun or anywhere. Keep it in 70 degrees, between 50 and 70 degrees in a cool, dark place. So I keep these beers in the refrigerator, guys, until I'm ready. I have several refrigerators. Y'all used to see all those fridges, but now I show the refrigerator up here, and I keep all my review beers that I'm going to review in that one, and switch them back and forth. Of course, I haven't been downstairs and grabbed anything since I started doing the refrigerator up here. I haven't been downstairs and grabbed anything out of the green fridge or the little little black half fridge in a long time. So I don't have any IPAs or any pale ales or anything, any low ABV beers in those fridges. They all are big beers that are just sitting there cellaring, waiting for me to decide to grab one and review it. So we're going to do this one today, guys. I'm a big fan of AleSmith beers. I really am. So I'm looking for good things out of this beer. Let's get on with it. Let's do it. Let's get it on. And like I said, that's the way the foil should come off the bottle. Took 2 seconds and the foil is off. And these big 750 milliliters that don't have the cork and cage, it has the cap. This cap is a little bit bigger than your standard 12-ounce bottle cap. So sometimes I have a little trouble getting those great big caps to open. And it's just a plain silver cap on this one. Nice hiss from the bottle. Big bottle too, just filled all the way up to there. Very nice. Get your money's worth. A little bit of more of aggressive pour on the back end. A little over a finger of head on that pour. A good looking beer in the glass. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Oh yeah. Alright, over into the light. I can see just a little bit through this stand part down here, but through the big thick bald part of this glass, I'm not getting any light whatsoever. It is a deep, rich mahogany color. I'm not seeing hardly any light except for what's down here. Everything up here is pretty dark. I'm not getting any light. And it's a rich mahogany color here between brown hue and mahogany color down here. Let's get a nose on it. Oh, what a wonderful aroma. Rich, sweet malt, toffee, caramel. And maybe just a hint of that smoke they talked about in the commercial description. Very sweet smelling, a lot like a barley wine smell to me. Especially when you get a wee heavy of this ABV, 10%. Takes a lot of malt to make a beer this big. And with the IBUs, it says here at 26. And a lot of times, Rate Beer and Beer Advocate are wrong on stuff like that. But this comes from Rate Beer, and it says it's 26. It got the ABV right, so I'm feel pretty comfortable saying that's probably what the IBUs are on this, at 26. Some hints of the dark fruit of there, the plums, dates, raisins, figs. Wonderful aroma. Just a slight hint of the alcohol. Oh, it smells wonderful. And as you can see, the head is completely dissipated. So let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. By the way, I did pick this up here locally. Martin and the guys out there at Barrel Chest are stocking these beers now. So very nice. Very, very nice. If you're in the Roanoke Valley area, go by and see Martin and the guys out there. Got a real nice selection of beers. And tell them I sent you. So good. Everything that I described on the nose is in the taste. The toffee and the caramel and the dark fruit, sweet malt, just a right amount of hops in this to balance out that. With only 26 IBUs though, it does have a nice sweet taste to it. Not overly sweet, but it has a very similar to what you will get in a barley wine. It's got a lot of sweet malt to brew that beer. That's awesome. That is awesome, guys. And like I said earlier, I have not been disappointed from anything that comes from AleSmith. I am so glad that I can get my hands on these locally now. And I'm hoping some of their IPAs and stuff like that. Now, I've done quite a few of their beers already because I am such a big fan of them, and have gotten quite a few of those sent to me over the last couple of years. And looking forward to get my hands on some fresh versions of those. Not saying that I've had bad ones or old versions of it, but with them being distributed here, it may give me an opportunity to pick up some even fresher ones than I've reviewed earlier. So, but this one, like I said, it makes no difference whether you're drinking this one and it's a month old, or you're drinking this one and it's 5 years old. It's probably going to get better. The things are going to combine and come together just a little bit better and get more complex over time. So, a great beer to cellar. Be a perfect one to pick up 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 or 4 if your pockets can afford it, and just try one and see how much better it gets over time. So, well, enough rambling on. Let me sip on this for a little bit. Might fire up a stogie to go with this, and share some of it, and then come back and do the final choke and see where this one ends up. But it looks pretty damn good right now. Hi guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Been sitting on about 45 minutes or so. Very nice. It's come up to room temperature. This is an awesome beer, guys. It is very, very tasty. I have not been disappointed from these guys. I mean, they just, everything I taste seems to be better than what I tasted before. It is an awesome beer. It's very well made. This one been in a bottle since February of 2014. It's a year and a half in the bottle. Very, very nice. I can just imagine what this would be like 5 or even 10 years down the road. It's just going to get better and better. I don't know how that's possible, but it will come together better and better over time. This is a great beer to cellar. This is an awesome beer to cellar. I don't know of anything I would say or to you or change to make this beer better, other than putting in some kind of barrel, bourbon barrel, whiskey barrel, rum barrel, whatever. That would be the only way it could possibly be any better. It's awesome. Final chug. Wow. Sweet malt, caramel, toffee, dark fruit. Perfect balance between the hot bitterness and the sweet malt going into this. Wow. It is delicious. Probably one of my best tasting wee heavy beers that I probably ever had, with the balance being so perfect on this beer. And now that it's warmed up to room temperature, the booziness has gone away, or just maybe seems like it's gone away from me sipping on it for 45 minutes or so. It's awesome. Like I said, the only way this could be any better is if it had been put in some kind of bourbon barrel or something. And if you wanted to, I mean, you could take a little bit of bourbon or something and pour it in your glass to get that effect if you so choose. But I did not. I don't have any bourbon here to pour in it. There is no bourbon in the house. I don't buy bourbon. I don't drink that stuff. The only bourbon I get is when I get a beer that's been aged in bourbon barrels, because I quit going to the ABC store and purchasing that stuff, because it kind of brings out the ugly side of me. I don't do well on brown liquor, guys. So I gave it up. Plus, I'm a beer guy now. I'll get my jollies off of drinking some exceptionally well-made craft beers, and this is one of them. This is a very, very nice beer, guys. I can't think of anything other than what I told you. Putting it in a bourbon barrel would make this beer better, but for what it is, it doesn't say it's a bourbon barrel or a barrel aged beer. It's very nice. It's a top of the line, 10% wee heavy beer. AleSmith got it going on. I mean, I don't think you could buy anything from these guys that wasn't a top-notch beer. They know what they are doing. And it has a bottled on date, not an enjoy by date or nothing at all, which some of them do now. I expect that when I go in and I see something like this, you know, on the shelf, and it's got it written in yellow right here, and I could see it when it was sweating. I can see it now. I can see it with the beer in there. These guys got it going on. 10 for me. 10 for me. Exceptional, world-class, outstanding, wee heavy beer. Like I said, very, very, very tasty. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I would buy it again, and I will buy it again. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 93 in their outstanding range. I think it's a lot better than that. I think it's a world-class beer. I think it's a top-notch beer for the style that it is. Wee heavy. Very nice. I'm just sad that it's all gone. So I will be picking up another one of these and maybe selling it for maybe 5 or so years. Maybe pick up 2 of them and do one 5 years down the road, maybe one 10 years down the road, just to see how it changes and how more complex the beer gets over time. So an exceptional beer, and an exceptional beer for cellaring. You can drink it now, you can drink it 5 years, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road. It's just going to get better, guys. Over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says overall 100 and 100 in the style. Those are numbers that I'm talking about. That's exactly the way I feel about it. It is a world-class beer. It's a top-notch beer. Exceptional. It's exceptional. So if you've had this one from AleSmith, this is their Wee Heavy. Let me know what you think of it. I was blown away by it, guys. It's very, very nice. Very enjoyable. Went very well with the cigar that I was smoking with this one. Not a heavy cigar. It was Joya de Nicaragua. It wasn't a Maduro wrap. Wasn't a big, oily cigar, but it went very well with this beer. It did not overpower the beer, and the beer did not overpower the cigar. Very, very nice. I loved it. I guess you figured that out by now. If you had this one from them, let me know what you think, guys. Come back tomorrow. Might get lucky and get us another 10 beer out of the fridge. Come on back then. I'll see you.